Hey guys, it's Becca. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I organize my life and how I plan out every single thing that I do, including planning out school projects, YouTube videos, and so much more using Notion. The link to the preset that I use for my homepage on Notion will be linked down below, as well as Notion's website. It is completely free, and I'm seriously so obsessed with how my pages have turned out, so if you're interested, be sure to keep on watching. Hey guys, so I'm currently on this amazing website called Notion. I love it so much, and it definitely helps me just organize my life and keep everything in track. Right here I just have a little quote at the top that says, "Work hard, dream big." I just think it's really sweet and inspirational, and as you guys can see, this is totally my inspiration is light purple. So if I click on this little section called index, you can just see that I have a whole bunch of quotes and notebook and just little things like that. I'm not going to go into every single one because they're a little bit more personal, but anyways, that's just a little bit of an overlay for that one. This is just a few things that helps keep everything in track, and again, it's very purple and very lavender colored, which I really love. Going right down under the index page, here I have my reading directory with a whole bunch of books. This is actually just a template. These aren't actually books that I want to read, but I think it's fairly nice and hands-on. It has the status of the book, the rating, date started, date finished, the format, the genre, a whole bunch of really nice things where you can just put in your own books, which I think is really nice. I haven't completely finished setting up this page. I definitely plan on it because it seems like a very helpful format. And here's a nice little scroll through very slowly of all of the things that it includes. So it also says like if you own it at the side, you can like check it off, and it also you can put the cover and the link to the book on Goodreads, which is really nice, number of pages. I feel like it's very it is exactly what you would want to use for what this page is. So again, the link to the Goodreads book, you can open it right up, and there's the link to this random book that I'm actually not interested in reading, but that's just kind of an example. Moving on to my high school page, this is the academic section. Here I have it. I'm just going to click on it over here, and it will take me directly to this section. In here, I just have the classes that I'm taking this year. Again, the cover picture is the same. I just wanted it to be super cohesive, and using the same picture was really nice and easy. Again, the cover pictures here are just from Pinterest. They're super minimal, and I really like them. So here I'm going to click on my chemistry section, and as you guys can see, I have the name of the class, the semester, as well as the teacher who teaches the class, the Zoom link to my Zoom meeting, and also some additional stuff such as the email and the class syllabus, which I always find very helpful. Going back to my main page, I guess you guys could say, you can see that I have a direct link to my Pinterest, which I'm just going to click here and open that up. Here it is. As you guys can see, I save a little bit too much of things on Pinterest. You guys can see I've saved over 12,000 pins, which may or may not be a problem, but I think it's very aesthetic. I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. I really like it. I find probably some of my greatest inspiration here. So if you guys have not already, be sure to follow me on Pinterest. It's just at Rebecca and Ryan, and the link is also always in the description box of my videos. Moving on down below my Pinterest section is my playlist section, where I just have a few songs. I really like them, including Driver's License and a whole bunch of songs from Taylor Swift's albums Folklore and Evermore. If you guys know me, I love Taylor Swift music, so I'm obsessed. And then at the bottom middle here, I just have my morning routine. This is kind of like an ideal morning routine. It's quite simple, but I just have a few checklist things, and then I also have the estimated time that it would take me to do all of these things. And going back, you guys can see that I also have one for my night routine. Here it is, again, the dark cover and just a checklist of things, as well as the recommended time that it would take to do these things. Scrolling on down, you guys can see that I just have one last thing on this page, on my main page. It is just a weekly checklist. I can put a whole bunch of things on here, but these are just things that I have to do weekly as opposed to daily, which is actually in my school section, which I will show you guys in a little bit. I think it's very simple, and I really like it. Going over to the left side here, I can click on this habit tracker that I made, which I really like. Here, as you guys can see, I just have it labeled as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I just have a whole bunch of little check boxes for a whole bunch of habits that I want to make, such as making my bed, reading every day, working out, stuff like that. I find this is really hands-on and really easy to use. Next page in Notion is just called School. I have a little quote that says, "Knowledge is potential, applied knowledge is power." I think it's just really nice, and it just kind of sums up what I got to get done. So here I just have a Monday through Friday spread with a whole bunch of things that I have to do. You guys can see that here are some of the things that I do this week. I also have a spot for the weekend when I have to do things as well. Moving on to my first of two YouTube related ones, I have this one which is called a YouTube tracker. I have a little chart here with a list of ideas, planning, filming, editing, scheduled, and also uploaded. This just helps me know where my videos are at, and it just helps me know what I have to do next, and how far along I am in producing a video so that I am able to post one every single week for you guys. It's very easy to understand. I can easily delete stuff and change things if I mess up or if things get delayed. Moving on to my second YouTube one, this one's just labeled YouTube, and I have a little thing that I want, sort of. I'm so thankful for my 1,000 active subscribers, which is kind of a goal that I'm working for. I really want to hit 1,000. And here I just have a little kind of like to-do list of things that I have to do. So, for example, I wanted to plan the how I plan out my life video, which is actually this one. So that is right on track. It's also kind of a little drop down, which I really like. It makes it look more minimal, so I can drop it down or make it normal again. And I also have a link to the previous page down below, which there's the link right there. And here are some video ideas. I would blur this out, but there's so many on here, it's not a definite thing of videos that I'm gonna make right away. Okay guys, so here I just wanted to show an example of my notes using Notion. So here I just have 2 pictures with a whole bunch of just translations, kind of like so I have the nationalities and then I also have the adjectives, and it's really customizable. Like I just showed, you can bring the bar so you can make one bigger, make one smaller. You can also reorder things. You can really just customize it and make it the way that you really want to use it, which I absolutely love. So these pictures are actually from my French textbook, and I just did a screen capture of them and then I put them on the screen, and as you guys can see, I can just order the text however I want. And as another example, here are some chemistry notes. Here I have a big picture of this periodic table, which obviously in chemistry is very helpful. That's kind of the whole point. And then I like to add graphics, important information, notes, examples, and also more info. I find this really helpful and I just think it's really nice. And as well as when I mess up in my notes this way, I can backspace, undo, and that way it's not all messy and my notes look super duper neat and clean. Here is another example. Here it's just labeled Unit 1 Basic Knowledge. This is pretty simple. I just did this the other day. But as you guys can see, I have the little drop down section here so I can make it go away. This would also be really good if you wanted to do sort of like flashcards. So you could have the question as one and then drop it down to see the answer. I think that'd be really nice. I've done that before actually and I really liked it. But yeah, that's just another example of some notes. And the last thing that I use Notion for is my headache log. Like you guys can see, I recently started this, but I have the date of the headache, the pain level, the length of it, the area in the head where it was, as well as the possible reason, like not enough water or something, and then what stopped the headache. I just created a really simple chart, and I think that this is going to be the easiest and simplest way to show when I have a headache. That way I can maybe track it, like, oh, it's a day that I didn't get enough sleep or something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you've not already, be sure to subscribe down below. It would mean the world to me. Once again, the links to Notion are down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye!